Log on and register to vote online. Relief for families taking care of a disabled loved one. Plus the final changes to the two-year budget bill this week from the Ohio Senate. Busy week for the Ohio Senate and the House as the conference committee passed the omnibus budget changes. It's called conference committee. At 2:30 in the morning on Thursday morning, they passed those changes that unified the budget bill. Inside, $1.8 billion in tax cuts, also more than $930 million for K-12 education. And it's a plan that uses the Senate school funding formula.
It is important, and the reason it's important is we're building on stability and consistency from where we were just 2 years ago. That needs to be predictable for school districts. But remember, our plan funds kids. It doesn't fund adults, it doesn't fund buildings, it funds kids. And that's what we ought to do in Ohio.
Registering to vote is about to go high-tech. Once signed into law, the Senate passed a bill giving people the ability to register to vote online. Working with President Faber and Secretary of State John Husted, Senator Frank LaRose sponsored the bill designed to save millions in paperwork and improve voter security.
It's a much more error-free and fraud-free way of doing registrations.
Because we'll make it convenient for voters to register. We make it more secure because it's essentially photo ID at the point of registration, and it saves millions of dollars for local governments because no longer do they have to do the data entry manually. We can upload it to the voter registration database electronically. It saves millions in time and energy.
The Senate also approved a way for families with disabled children to pay for their special needs without facing a tax. It's called the ABLE bill.
What a lot of people don't realize is if you're a parent and you pass away, you can't even will these kids part of your estate because they're by law not allowed to have it. This will allow them to have it so they can then provide for their own families long after they're gone.
The Senate and House Conference Committee worked through long and serious negotiations, agreeing to a bill that provides across-the-board income tax relief while helping small business be more competitive, reducing their state income tax to zero on the first $250,000 in revenue.
Ultimately, we end in this biennium where we wanted to be, and that's 100% on the first $250,000 in revenue for small businesses, not subject to Ohio income tax, and then a flat 3% thereafter. Make no mistake, 70% of the jobs in this state are small businesses. We want to grow and strengthen our economy. We've got to make sure we're helping the job creators.
And make sure you tune into our social media channels for any potential changes that could be made to the budget with the governor, since he does have line item veto power. And you can find those changes, all the latest updates, on those channels at Ohio Senate GOP, at Ohio Senate GOP, and also on the web. It is ohiosenate.gov/Republicans. From the Ohio Senate, I'm John Fortney.